What's up, you guys? I am here for another reading. I know it looks a little different, but I'm actually on vacation, so bear with me. I'm actually out of town, so this is not my natural habitat. How about that? So let's get into it and see what the guides have to say. I know I have no candles like I'm used to, but I do have one for my guides, angels and divine ancestors, because we communicate with the candle energy, okay? And I don't have any of my stones. I don't have my oils, my sprays, none of the things, okay? Nonetheless, we will get into the reading because it's been a minute. And guys, I need to see what's going on with this energy because, yes, I'm on vacation. There's a lot going on. Y'all know what? My daughter just graduated from high school. At the same time, a couple weeks later, I moved houses, right? As well as my middle daughter having a baby. So that's where I'm at now on vacation, visiting my new grandson, okay, in Mississippi. And so I am having to get a reading in because I haven't had a reading in almost a week with you guys. So let's get into it. Let's see what the guides have to say. Okay. I feel the need to shuffle the old-fashioned way. I don't have anything with me, so I feel a little foreign at this time. I feel very foreign, okay? You know, it's kind of like not having my proper tools. I don't feel right. I did manage to throw a deck in my purse, okay? My Awakened Path Twin Flame Tarot, and my youngest daughter is a little into tarot like me, so I stole her deck that she brings with her everywhere, and it is called the Crystal Power Tarot, if you can see it, because I do also have my little mini tripod instead of my natural one that I use at home. But don't worry, we'll be home in no time, you guys. Back to our normal programming as usual. So let's make the best of this situation and see what the guides have to say. I do travel with my guides, angels, ancestors, okay, of the Most High. So hey, as long as we're all here in attendance, everything should be fine. Although my shuffling is not up to par. Let's get into it, okay? Angels, divine ancestors, guides of the Most High. What is the message for the collective? And we have in reverse, King of Cups, okay? The King of Cups came out in reverse this way, right? It's talking about the wise and devoted divine masculine, but he's in reverse. So why is he in reverse? Okay. This is the balance between the head and the heart. So I'm feeling a little bit of imbalance in the masculine energy here. Let's keep going. Let's see why. Okay. Any more messages for the collective? Angels, divine guides, highest ancestors of the Most High. Any messages? One clear guide, please. One clear guide. I feel like I need to break up the energy in here. Let's take some deep breaths, collective. We got two that wanted to come out together. And not only that, y'all, I'm way out of whack because I forgot my microphones as I brought my tarot cards with me. Okay? What is happening? So we have the Wheel of Fortune also in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so as we get into the message, Cups is about emotions. Okay, energy. 10, Wheel of Fortune here in reverse. This is the reset point. This is fate. This is karma, right? So the positive changes when the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright. However, it is in the reverse. So now we have some not so positive, maybe a little challenges going on here with maybe my divine masculines at the time, or in reverse, maybe just my masculine energy not reached divine status yet. However, let's keep going. Now, just from looking at these two cards and seeing what's going on the main stage, as the masculine community is being highly under the microscope at this time, right? I feel like there is a community of masculines that are on the other side of that karmic wheel here, and the energy is suggesting a fated interruption here. Fated, meaning you have no choice in the matter. This is divine interruption, okay, for, I feel like it's some type of lesson coming in here for the masculine community. Some type of lesson, okay? You're at a reset point here, and this is divine interruption by way of the Most High. 9 of Pentacles here in the upright. Slow and steady. The Knight of Pentacles. This is a committed and patient energy. Practical and reliable. Okay. Knight of Pentacles coming out in the upright. Okay, so what I'm getting here is masculine energy being called to grow, change, okay, balance the head and the heart. This is the energy of coming into union with the self here, is what it's being called. This is, to me, what the energy is calling for. Coming into balance with the self. The masculine energy being under the microscope right now, especially on the main stage. This is coming out in reverse. They're being called to come into union with thyself, right? Knowing yourself. Coming into a nice dance with the masculine and feminine within you, right? By that Wheel of Fortune being in reverse here, suggesting that you may be on the lower side of that wheel here, coming into some fated experiences that's going to be like almost like a tower moment, right? Causing the divine masculine to wake up, having some dark night of the soul experiences here to cause you, to push you into balance, into an awakening of some sort. Okay, for each of you it may be a different type of awakening, a different level of awakening. Masculines to come into divinity at the end of the day. And it says there is slow and steady progress, okay? From that, you're in the cocoon, the butterfly stage, right? In the cocoon. Going from a knight to a king, right? And slow and steady, okay? You're going to have to be patient with yourself here, because you're going through some type of transformation is what I'm seeing here, right? Some type of transformation. And the energy of the Wheel of Fortune, it's going to be some challenges. So be steady and slow and patient with yourself. Okay, any more messages? or clarify these messages, please. Ace of Cups coming out on the fence. Ace of Cups coming out on the fence. More Cups energy. That is emotions, okay? Talks about new love and feelings, right? Emotional awakening, intuition, and spirituality. So what I'm getting from this reading, right? Ace of Cups coming out on the fence to me is suggesting not really knowing of the outcome of this yet, okay? The divine has stepped in, calling the masculine community. Could be some feminines going through this dark night of the soul too, but mainly Knight and Cups energy, suggesting masculine energy being called to do some type of level up, some type of awakening here. Clearly it's an awakening, and it's some healing happening here. There needs to be some healing in the masculine community. This is clearly on this card. It says emotional awakening, right? So that's confirmation. New love and new feelings, but I'm feeling heavy energy around the masculine community, coming into an awakening, having some new feelings about their way of looking and seeing, well, perceiving life and themselves and the world around them is what I'm getting here. Some type of eye-opening light bulb moments are coming in for the masculine community is what I'm feeling, and it can be surrounding love, but I feel like it's going to be a lot of awakening to who the masculine is on a spiritual level here by way of the Wheel of Fortune. Fate is stepping in to wake up the masculine here. And there's definitely going to be some slow and steady progress as they come into their emotional and spiritual awakening here. They're going to be waking up to their intuition as well, okay? You're going to be waking up to your intuition, okay? So there's definitely a dark night of the soul happening here. There's a spiritual awakening happening for the masculine community, and you can definitely see it on the main stage. There is a whole community on the main stage. If you tap into social media, the conversation there is about this whole male-female gender war going on. A lot of women opting out of relationships and marriage at this time, and a lot of men going through some healing phases or not willing to see themselves, but yet still projecting. Still projecting is what I'm seeing on the main stage. Instead of what's the word I'm looking for? Instead of taking accountability for the healing that needs to happen with the masculine community. And that's why the Ace of Cups is on the fence, because it's your choice. However, it's not your choice. By way of Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, you have no choice, okay? Any more messages? Because the Most High is saying every knee shall bow here, right? The King of Cups is talking about balancing the head and the heart, coming into union with the self here, right? And the Knight of Pentacles upright, saying that's like the Most High saying there will be a change. It may be slow and steady, but it will be a change, okay? A practical change, a reliable change here, right? With the Knight of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups on the fence, suggesting the energy is not right yet, okay? but you will be having some type of awakening here, some type of spiritual awakening. Masculine community, okay? I'm talking to masculines at this time, especially because of what's happening with this whole gender war going on here. Now, the Hierophant just came out, and it came out in reverse, okay? The Hierophant just came out in reverse, and that is all suggesting the Hierophants in the 5. 5 is talking about change. Again, calling for a change here. 10 is the reset point, new beginning, right? The Hierophant is the traditional way of thinking, believing, and acting, right? Traditional behaviors, higher learning, and belief system here, right? So this is definitely a spiritual awakening happening here, particularly in the masculine community. And it's talking about there's going to be some type of change in the way the masculines think and believe here. The Most High there's a divine interruption here. Dark Night of the Soul is going to call for some type of change in the masculine's belief system, okay? And it's definitely an awakening happening here. It's on the fence because it's not complete. There's a balancing happening here. There is a balancing happening. Fate has stepped in. You have no choice. You're being called to change. Two cards came out. 6 of Swords in the reverse, right? 6 is balance. Swords is a lot of mental energy here, right? 6, it came out in reverse. 6 of Swords talks about moving forward. But, of course, at this time, you're not moving forward, right? Because look at this. King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. There's no progress yet. However, there will be progress with this Knight of Pentacles here. So it's happening now, right? It's happening now, but it's not yet complete. Was the Hierophant in reverse? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So the Hierophant came out in reverse. So yeah, there is a change happening here. And then it also can mean that by this Hierophant being in reverse, the 6 of Swords being in reverse, there's not yet forward movements. There's some resistance to the change here, right? Some resistance, not taking accountability, right? Some resistance happening here is what I'm seeing, right? And that may be why Fate has stepped in with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yes, and the the King of Cups sitting here in reverse, right? However, the Most High says every knee shall bow. 9 of Cups in the upright. That's wish fulfillment, right? That is the wish fulfillment card. Contentment, pleasure, all of the things, right? So that is the outcome after this spiritual awakening. So there's the storyline here. In a nutshell, masculine community being interrupted. There's a Tower moment happening here. It's fated with this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay, fated changes coming. Being in the reverse may be some challenges. May look like all hell is breaking loose in your life right now. That's what that may look like there, with that Wheel of Fortune turned in the reverse, right? Looking like all hell has broken loose. This is a dark night of the soul. This here is a call for change. The Knight of Pentacles in the upright is suggesting there is change happening. It may not look like it right now with this King of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. However, it's happening with this Ace of Cups on the fence, and this Nine of Cups here is the outcome. Wish fulfillment, contentment. Trust the process, okay? The Most High is breaking up a traditional way of thinking and being here in someone's mind. The Most High, so if you grew up and believed only one way of thinking and being, right? The Most High has caused a tower moment in your life to broaden your horizons here, elevate you, expand you, right? And you are starting to slowly accept this process with this slow and steady practical energy here. On this Ace of Cups, suggesting spiritual and emotional awakenings, starting to have new feelings and emotions about things happening around you. What the Most High is showing you at this time will eventually change your belief system with this Hierophant in reverse, and you will get wish fulfillment. Okay? However, with this Six of Swords, no forward movement happening yet, because this is a process and it takes time. This is a process and it takes time, but this is a beautiful process, right? It's just like the whole transformation of the butterfly, right? The ugly caterpillar going into the cocoon. Even the cocoon is ugly, right? It's not cute or fun there in that space. However, when the butterfly comes out, it's all these beautiful, elaborate, gorgeous colors, right? And that's just how the masculine community is going to look after it's said and done. Wish fulfillment. That's what it's going to look like. I'm talking to masculines at this time. Let's get some more clarity, because there is a huge masculine community on the main stage that are really going through a lot right now. Period. Justice. And justice came out in reverse. Okay? Justice came out in reverse. Justice is karma, consequences. Okay? Integrity. So you can't make it up. It came out in reverse. Justice is coming. Okay? And so for me, intuitively, I read intuitively. For me, justice coming out in reverse is talking about the Most High stepping in this masculine community, calling for a wake-up call here, right? Because there is so much injustice. And I'm hearing on the main stage with all of the patriarchy, right? And I'm hearing even down to your personal lives in your homes, okay? All of the control, okay, that masculine energy has implemented in every area of your life as it relates to controlling egos, narcissistic energy, okay, putting yourselves before women as some sort of control, some sort of control issue that's been happening time and time and time again. There's an imbalance here that the Most High is calling for balance in the energy of that, okay? So now there is the awakening process happening to show you who you are and who you've been, right? And that's probably why there's so much happening with the gender war here. If you tap in, there's a gender war going on. Women are done. They don't want to be bothered anymore. They're over it. No longer happy being married or in relationships. Unfortunately, some women are being having to deal with domestic violence on so many levels, and some women are being put in positions where they're losing their peace, and some even losing their lives. It's a lot going on the main stage, guys. If you tap in with the wounded masculine, and this is what the energy is calling for. Okay. Wow, you can't make it up. Three of Swords. It's an energy of pain that is so potent in the atmosphere right now, and the universe, the Most High is calling for it to cease and decease at this time. Okay, the energy has to balance itself out. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, pain, separation, grief, sorrow, and trauma, and you can't make it up. Okay, this is confirmation. You can't make it up. The Most High is calling for the ending of the trauma, calling you to heal, masculines. Okay. And I just heard, if you don't, there will be no peace for you. Only injustice. Injustice is what I'm feeling and hearing here. You will not have peace until you balance out the energy. You have to balance out the masculine and the feminine within you, or you will have no justice. That's why the justice came out in reverse. There is no justice here, and you won't have any justice. Only injustice. No peace until you balance those energies out. Okay? You can't make it up. It's really heavy right now in the atmosphere. It's really heavy. I'm going to get another card out of my daughter's deck. Let's see. Speak to the energy here. Not you just flew on out. That's... I'm going to get a... Okay. All right. Let's get an honest card here. Let's get an honest card. Okay. Say all of them are honest. That's what they're saying. All of my cards are honest. Four of Pentacles. I trust, and I am always safe and protected. Somebody needs to hear this at this time. I trust, and I am always safe and protected. I don't know if you're a masculine or feminine, but the energy is calling you to trust. Trust the process. Know that you're safe, and know that you are protected at this time, and that needs to be your affirmation. Fours are about building. Okay, Pentacles are about earth energy. It's about material. Things in the material. Okay, I am not comfortable. That's why I keep moving around, y'all. I'm not in my normal habitat here, and I am so uncomfortable. So I'm going to end this reading in a little bit. I just wanted to get a little bit of clarity, but I do feel like this is a heavy energy calling for masculines to answer the call to heal here. That's what it's talking about here. This is a storyline, and it's clear. It's calling on the masculine community, okay, to change with this Wheel of Fortune. Um, this fate energy stepped in, and it says here progress is being made with this Knight of Pentacles in the upright, slow and steady, right? Ace of Cups on the fence, suggesting the emotional and spiritual awakening. New feelings here. So you will begin to feel different about reality and the things that you're being woken up to, right? And then I'm also hearing some of you are already feeling different because there is a huge male loneliness epidemic happening, because there are a lot more women now, according to what's happening on the main stage with the gender war. They're choosing to opt out of relationships, and so now this is also causing the male community to wake up. So you're starting to feel different, right? And the Hierophant energy being in reverse, you're starting to change your belief system, okay, around yourself and others, right? And it says here you will get wish fulfillment. And I feel heavily this wish fulfillment card is talking about the wish fulfillment as it relates to changing your energy here. Changing your mind, changing your belief system is going to cause wish fulfillment in the overall energy, is what I'm getting here. And a lot of you that have sent different requests up into the cosmos, there is going to be a huge wish fulfillment here. Whatever, and I feel like this might be coming from feminine, masculine too, but I feel like this might be coming from feminine energy. Okay, the Six of Swords again. The energy is not moving forward yet, but it is moving, okay, because there was a divine interruption here. Injustice with the with the Justice card in reverse. There will be no justice or no peace until the change is made, okay? And it is definitely relating to the trauma, okay? So until the trauma is healed or in the process of healing, there will be no forward movement here. And there will be continuous grief and heartbreak and pain until you deal with what's in front of you. And that's why the affirmation is, I trust, I am always safe and protected, okay? And I'm getting some of these trauma wounds or abandonment issues because of the affirmation here. Because of the Pentacles energy on the card. Some of these are also financial wounds, okay? Lack, feelings of lack or being in survival mode. And these are things that you have to heal. You have to heal your pain body here. Betrayal from others, betraying yourself, okay? Maybe even heartbreak betrayal as well. Your lovers, etc. Okay? Family members, mother, father wounds, right? It's calling for a healing here. Can we close up the reading? Let's close the reading. I love the fact that you have the Nine of Cups, though. Wish fulfillment is here, okay? So there will be a change and there will be wish fulfillment. On the fence is the Two of Swords. On the fence is the Two of Swords. And you see the two pathways here, right? You always have a choice, okay? You always have a choice. But by the Wheel of Fortune here, and it's fated, what it's saying is you can choose the fate or you can choose the destiny, right? But you will choose. You will choose, okay? Or there will be no forward movement is what it's saying here. And there will be no justice with the Wheel of Fortune card in the reverse and the Justice card in reverse. There is no way around the work, but you also have a choice. So it's like, pick your poison, okay? You have two paths here, and you can choose the fate, which is inevitable, or you can choose the destiny, which is the change. The destiny is where you actually heal the trauma, and you choose the destiny path, and that means you create the reality that you want to see, right? If you choose the fated path, that is going to be the outcome from the work that you don't do, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense for someone, because the Two of Swords talks about a heavy, stuck energy, okay? You're at a fork in the road here, right? Difficult choices is what it's saying here. Some of you are in denial, of course, right? You're at the crossroads point. You can't make this up. You're at the crossroads here. Some of you are stuck. But and that's a confirmation, because Six of Swords says no forward movement. Okay? No moving forward. That's stuck. Right? That's suggesting being stuck. Okay? And that sword energy is telling me a lot of you guys, this is an inside job. This is in your head, a lot of mental energy going on here with these swords. And this was on the fence. So you have choices here. It appears to be stuck. You're not stuck, my masculine community. You're not stuck. You have choices. You can take the fated path or the destiny path. But you will choose. With this Wheel of Fortune and this Justice card being here, you will choose. Both are in the reverse. That's not good. So it's asking you to do the work. And the work is surrounding trauma. You have to forgive. You have to heal so that you can move forward. Okay? The work is being accountable. No longer projecting and blaming. We can't blame mom. We can't blame dad. We can't blame siblings. We can't blame bosses. We can't blame government. Now we have to take accountability for ourselves as adults. Okay? And this is doing the soul's work. Forgiving the person, place, or thing that we think has wronged us, but they haven't really wronged us. What they did was present an opportunity for us to grow and heal, right? So the energy is asking you to reflect upon that and do the work to heal. And if that work is hard or difficult or confusing, suggesting that you're stuck here. Some of you may be in denial of the whole process because you're still waking up here with that Ace of Cups on the fence. However, there is going to be a dark night of the soul. So that work may look like calling a therapist. That work may look like calling a tarot reader, okay? Booking a reading. It may look like journaling, meditating, praying, reading self-help books, right? It may look like yoga, working out, punching a bag, you know? It just may look like something simple as praying and journaling and visualizing a better reality for yourself. But it's not going to look like denial, okay? Denial is going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you at the crossroads. And if that's where you want to stay, then you stay in injustice. No forward movement. Okay? I think you're going to move forward here because it says wish fulfillment in the upright. I think you're going to heal because it also here says slow and steady. Progress. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. The masculine community is being called to wake up by way of the Most High. Okay, and it is fated, and it is changing the belief system, changing the heart space, balancing all the masculine and feminine within sight of you. And oh, baby, we can't make it up. We can't make it up. The Death card, transformation and change. Baby, you can't make it up. You can't make it up. Death, change, transformation. The energy is calling you to change, transform, transmute the energy, okay? Build a better you, okay? Build a better you. Release what no longer serves you, masculine community, my masculines. Release what no longer serves you. Okay, I'm not saying that the feminine energy is excluded from this work, but right now, the universe is calling for masculines to go through a transition, a transformation. Okay, because it's probably where it's needed the most to balance the energy on the planet. Okay, so there is a huge call for masculines to wake up to who they are and transform. Okay, now this is not a request. This is a demand from the Most High with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. That's not a request. The Most High is not asking. The Most High is telling you, change or be changed. Okay? That's not a threat. That's a promise. Because the Most High has the Justice card here in the reverse. The Most High has stepped in. There will be some form of transformation. Ready or not, here I come. Okay? That's what this reading is saying. Okay? All right. I'm going to go. This is a beautiful reading. And I'm saying that because anytime you're being called to wake up to who you really are as a divine soul is a blessing. That you're not here to sleep like Sleeping Beauty in the kids' storybook, right? You're not here to sleep through this process. You're here to grow through this process and wake up to who you are as a divine soul and help balance the energy out on the planet, right? So your affirmation is trust the process. I trust that I am always safe and protected. I trust that I am always safe and protected. And this may be an affirmation that you need to keep close to your heart as you go through this dark night of the soul process. Okay? What looks like darkness is a call to the light. And I'm going to go on that note. Okay? So, on the bottom of the deck, as I close out, 3 of Wands in the reverse. You can't make it up. 3 of Wands in the reverse. No forward movement here. Okay? Again, looking ahead. You can't look ahead in the reverse. Confidence and growth. Foresight. You can't see anything moving backwards. Okay? So this is a storyline that keeps repeating itself. There's no confidence. There's no growth. There's no moving forward. There's just stuckness until you choose the path. Are you going to choose fate or are you going to choose destiny? My masculine community. Okay? Sending you love and light and blessings. Okay? Sending you peace. You got this, masculines. You got this. Okay? I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to continue my vacation. And I'll see y'all next week. Okay? On Tay Talks and Tarot. Spread some love. Peace.